All right, so you want to learn how to price a property. That's probably the one thing that intimidates realtors most. You'll go out and show a home to a buyer. That's no big deal because you figure somebody else has priced it, and obviously it must be priced fairly. Wrong, because not everybody takes the time. CMAs should take you, I'm telling you, at least 2 hours. If you are taking less time than that, you are either in the business for a very long time and know your inventory in and out, or you're lazy. I'm just going to be frank. CMAs, you are pricing, for many people, their largest financial asset. And to take that job lightly, I think it's only a matter of time before we're held legally responsible for poor pricing. That would be in a very different market where a house lingers on the market. But so we're going to take some time, and I'm going to have to excuse myself. So you know what? I'm going to share screen because I have something I want to show you. And can you all see this?
Yes.
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 I have to step out for just a minute. So if you would start to read it. I apologize. Someone's dropping something off. Timing is everything. Right, guys?
You got it.
Hai pula. Oh, vai pula, pai. Samo pula ja vitam Patricia. Pati Jalal. Da, ja pak je rekao, hai pula. Te, seljačište.
Oh, I'm so sorry. But I can't control that. Okay. So one of the first things you have to do is assess your seller's motivation. Are they motivated? What motivates them? You know, Keller Williams, we talk about your big why all the time. What motivates you? What makes you put your feet on the floor and get up and lead generate every day? Well, what's the seller's motivation? I have a script for you that we'll go through. Know your market stats. All right, stats. Do you all know what I mean when I say that?
No.
Okay. Remind me at the end to do that. Absorption calculation. Do you know what that means?
Wait, Patty, really quick. Stats. Do you mean like on the MLS?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's where you go. You go to stats and then down to stats. And it gives you list price, sale price ratios, median sale price, average sale price, and average days on the market. Quarterly town stats, market trends. You need to know all this. How many houses? If you ever listen to Ron Lugashi, he knows exactly how many houses are on the market in Fairlawn. Exactly. Every town? No, but he knows his primary market inside and out. Okay, hang on. Okay. I have to let people in. Hold on. Okay. All right. Know the mortgage and economic environment. There are some publications like Inman. You can get a subscription to Inman. You can speak with our mortgage partners, Bond Street, Atlantic Home Loans. Speak with them, see what's going on. Is the cost of money going up or down? Watch TV. Watch whatever financial network is comfortable for you.
Patty,
Make sure,
I have a comment for you. Bond Street, on the Zoom last week, we had Jason. Was that Monday or Tuesday with you?
Monday.
Okay, so Monday we had Jason on, and just to let everyone know, as soon as we got off the Zoom after what Jason from Bond Street had discussed, I called him thinking I'd get a voicemail. He picked up, he was very responsive. He gave me information and a referral came through the next day. So just to let you know, I was so happy. And you know what I've been dealing with the state. So to have that type of information
Mhm.
immediately, it was wonderful.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And it's a nice, yeah. He's working very hard to get your business. And know that when you deal with our partners, they're answerable not only to your client, but to you, your team leader, your coach, Al
Okay.
Donahue. So they've got to do what they've got to do. Okay. All right. Make sure you have a dynamite pre-listing. The pre-listing pack sells you. And can talk about the market. Now, you might wonder, why am I talking about the pre-listing pack when we're talking about pricing? Why do you think I'm doing that?
Show you as an expert.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. They want to have confidence in you. So if you go in and talk about the market, now, you know that let's talk about the series of events. Talking to someone, they say they're thinking of listing their home. You're going to go through the script, which I'll go through in a minute, and you're going to assess their motivation. You realize they're motivated. You're going to either drop off ahead of time, but at the very least, you're scheduling a walkthrough. I need to come and look at your house and take notes. Okay. It's you either dropped off a pre-listing pack or you bring it with you. It pre-sells you. It starts the educational process for the seller. They don't live in the market like we do. Do you know a study was done that 60% of sellers don't know what their homes are worth? Great time to offer to do a market analysis just for goofs, even if they're not thinking of moving. Okay. So the pre-listing pack, where you can put in your stats, where you can put in testimonials from even your prior job, that testimonials that speak to your character and the skills you bring to real estate. So, okay. So you want to do a thorough CMA, and that is after you've looked through approximately 30 to 35 similar homes that you've searched on the MLS, you're going to select ideally 5 actives, 5 under contracts, and 5 solds. Now, solds, you don't want to go back any more than 6 months. First of all, appraisers don't like you going back more than 6 months. Okay. The better, more thorough your CMA, the less of a challenge you're going to get. Now, in this market, you're not getting that much of a challenge, but as soon as we shift, your skills better also. Okay. Now, I refer to the Jeff Otto report. Have you all heard about Jeff Otto? Okay.
I have not.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know whether he speaks just to realtors, but he is a real estate analyst. And he
Okay.
markets himself to realtors. He has a very analytical approach to marketing, almost appraiser-like, where he actually puts a figure on, hey, if you have an extra half bath in this particular price range, you can add this much to the CMA.
Okay, thank
to
you.
the suggested price.
Can
Okay,
you
now
spell the last name? Or can you write us the last name?
it's right on the screen, Miriam. It's on the screen.
Otto?
Yes.
Yes, the
Okay,
last,
okay, thank you.
Okay. Are you on Realtor Tour? Now, that's real hard for you right now, but it is starting. And of course, you could substitute Sunday open houses. Why do I want you to go in on those? Oh, please help me. Why do I want you to see the inventory?
So you know what else is comparable.
Yeah. You know, The pictures on the MLS are great. They're wonderful. They give you a great idea, but they're not 100%. You get a good camera and you can adjust the size of a room. Okay, it doesn't account for cleanliness, smell, any of that. You got to get in these homes. So do the best you can. A worst case scenario is if you can't get in, do a drive-by. At least kind of look at the house from the outside.
Can I ask you something? When you try to do the CMA, right? Some houses are like a half of acre, and
okay, why don't you hold on to that question because I can tell where you're going. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You want to have a dynamite pricing and marketing presentation, a detailed marketing plan, and feedback. A plan for feedback. Okay. And then pricing scripts. Okay. Do you know your market? How many active listings? What's the average days on the market? Sale price, list price ratios, absorption. I'll get back to those. Comparing quarter to quarter to describe the trends in your market. Here's the script for you to assess the sellers. I apologize for the quality, but when you're on the phone with a seller, potential seller, the dots represent a pause. Okay. So before I come out, I need to get a little more information from you so I can do my homework. Do you have a couple of minutes? Great. When we get together, if everything looks good and you feel confident, I'm the best agent to sell your property, are you planning to hire me when we meet? Does that take a little guts?
Mm-hmm.
Can you do it? What do you have to lose? You don't have the listing yet anyway.
Are you sending us a copy of this?
I will. I will. If everyone would email me, please do not put it in the chat. Email me at pjalal@kw.com. My last name is Jalal. Okay. So that's pretty gutsy, but you have nothing to lose. Are you interviewing any other agents or am I the only one? Hey, listen, you're not giving them any ideas. Don't be afraid to ask. When you sell this property, notice in between those pauses, I'm emphasizing just a little bit more. I'm a little bit slower. I'm a little bit more emphasis. Where are you moving? This is the key question. Fantastic. Doesn't matter what they say. Fantastic. What's taking you to North Carolina? Why are you making the move? This is where you get at their motivation. How soon do you want to be there? Now, mind you, this is all over the phone. If we sell your home in less than 30 days, would that be a problem? Dynamite question. Dynamite question. What would happen if your property just didn't sell? Really? What price are you thinking you would like to list your property for realistically? And of course, I research the market every day. So obviously we'll make sure we list your home at a price that will get it sold, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, ask them, what do you think is the lowest price you would consider? How much do you owe on the property? That's one question in this market I might hold off on. On a different market, I would absolutely ask that. You know, when we have depreciated homes, which are shifted when our market's shifted. We're not doing that. Have you thought about trying it for sale by owner? Okay, you're just getting to know them better. Will you briefly tell me about your home? Bedrooms, baths, garage. I might ask also style. Okay. Whoops. How would you rate the condition of your home from 1 to 10? 10 being like brand new. That's another dynamite question. And what would make it a 10? I would also ask, when you bought the home, you had some concerns. What were they and what did you do about them? Okay. Besides that, is there anything else positive or negative that buyers might notice? I'm going to send you some information for our meeting. Will you go through it before we meet? That's the pre-listing pack. What questions do you have, if any, before you're ready to get the ball rolling? And last thing, will all decision makers be there? Okay, I look forward to seeing you there. Okay, now, same questions, maybe a few are different. I gave you 2. I'm going to encourage you to read this, and you may find, although this is not a very good copy when I email it to you, this goes into the pre-listing pack. Maybe you can clean it up, and if you do, give me a copy. Put it in your pre-listing pack. You'll find with the pre-listing pack and the listing pack that sometimes you have to say things twice. Do you ever have to hear things twice before it really sinks in? Well, your seller's no different. So here's some myths. It is better to price the home on the high side because the seller can always come down. And then it gives you the not so smart answer. Okay. By the way, you should have your scripts that refer to pricing and commission and review those. If a home is priced just right, a seller risks leaving money on the table. You know that's not true. You're seeing that happen right now. In fact, agents are easily convincing sellers to price on the lower end of the price range that they give them, to create a multiple bidding situation where buyers bid against each other instead of the seller. And then they tend to psychologically own the price and maybe a little less fussy at inspection time. Okay. Okay. X price is as low as the seller will go. Guys, even your best friends won't 100% trust you financially. Sellers will tell you, I'll never go below this, and buyers will tell you, I'll never pay more than this. Take it with a grain of salt. They're saying an offer should come in close to asking. You know what? Just let the offer come in. We'll do our jobs and negotiate it up. Outdated features shouldn't impact the selling price. Okay. You know it does. So I'll let you read these. And then the buyer's offer is simply too far off the asking price to counter. Don't let a seller do that. Okay, let it go. 8 seller beliefs that no longer hold true. This is just a little bit neater copy for you to put in your pre-listing pack. But it shows that you're out there, you've got more information. So start collecting articles and put them in your pre-listing pack. Links that to different financial, I'm going to let you do this on your own. By the way, there was something in this article that says, more marketing means more buyers willing to pay my price. Not so. I don't care how. You can advertise a home in the New York Times every day. If it's poorly priced, it will not sell, period, end, finished. And if a seller is seeing the report on their home showing multiple hits on the internet, you know, the internet report on their homes, those are drive-bys. Those are essentially internet drive-bys. And if they did not end up in an appointment, guess what? Just the drive-by means that the buyer didn't like the house or thought the house was not a value. Even in today's market, I think one of the things that buyers are struggling with is, am I paying too much? Am I overpaying? Is it still a value? Okay. Then here's a sample marketing plan. Now I'm going to tell you guys, this is dated. But if you go in sitting with a seller and say, listen, this is what I'm going to do for you before we even list your house. I'm going to preview comparable homes, going to study them. I'm going to prepare a market analysis. I'm going to counsel with you to select a price. I'm going to have the house staged if needed and professionally photographed. Advise the seller to hide valuables and any weapons. Create an ad. The MLS description, by the way, is the most important ad you can ever write. Number one, it's the one that goes on the internet. But number two, it's the one that realtors read to see if they're going to show it to their buyers. So that's the ad you're going to want to put a lot of time and attention to. Create, order a sign, create flyers with seller's approval. I'm going to let you guys read this on your own. Is listing day one, realtor tour day. And again, that's all up to the seller, whether they want a realtor tour. And if so, it would be very limited, not like we used to. We used to have them like 10:30 to 3. Now, if you have them, maybe an hour. Okay, first available Sunday, do open houses. So keep this because there will come a time when this will work again. Okay, for the term of the listing, and then from contract to close, what you're going to do. Seller pricing objections. We need a certain amount from the sale. Will you, as a buyer, pay what the seller wants because that's the price they need? No, you'll pay what it's worth, right? That's what your buyer will do. Can't we price a little higher and come down later? Here's what frightens me about pricing higher. People who have seen many homes will find yours and think it's right for them, but they won't look at it because of the price. They don't want to drive. We don't want to drive buyers away. We want them to make offers. Does that make sense? Let's get one of those people or more to make an offer right away. If more than one likes it, they'll compete with each other and drive the price up. How do we know the price you recommend is the right price? Well, you've come in with enough comparables. That's why. And they can't deny when you've got 5 actives, 5 under contracts, and 5 listings, the 5 solds. How do you know the price? Okay. We're hoping to get more for our home. Well, that doesn't apply to this market either. But again, you're familiar with the law of supply and demand. Well, aren't we seeing it now? Low supply, big demand. So let's price it right and get it sold. Okay. We're thinking here. The other agent said they would sell it for less, meaning the commission. So you isolate that objection. Other than commission, is there any reason you wouldn't list with me today? Great. So what I hear you saying is you want to net the most money. Every seller who decides to choose me wants the same thing. See, many people think that they will get the same price regardless of who's conducting the negotiations, which we already know is not true. Otherwise, top companies wouldn't pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to hire the best negotiators. The other agent has already shown you their negotiating skill by giving up their commission. What will happen when you ask them to take care of your money? Won't they give it away faster than they gave away their money? I think you prefer a strong agent like me who will watch your money and negotiate on your behalf. I don't like being called a bulldog, so I changed that. Money only matters in the absence of value. So do the right thing, sign the contract so we can get you what you want. Okay? Questions on that?
I have a question, Patty, but it's kind of basic, really. I'm just confused with it, with something. So, seller lists the property based on whatever seller's agent might recommend, but ultimately what they want to do. And then a lot of talk recently has been about the buyers waiving the appraisal. So I'm just curious, like, how much effect in a normal, I guess both markets, in a normal market and this market, what is the effect of the appraisal on the listing price?
Okay, let's look at the function. Hold your second part of the question.
Okay.
Okay, the appraisal is the bank going in and saying, okay, is this worth the contract price? Now, as a listing agent or as a buyer's agent, you're going to meet the appraiser, provide comparables, and a copy of the contract. Okay. The bank is going to decide, is the house worth it? Now, you have a loan that frequently is an 80-20 loan. What that means is the loan is 80%, the down payment 20. If it appraises at the contract price, the lender will loan the 80%. That's in the, somebody has some background noise. May I ask whoever thinks they might be having background noise to mute themselves? Okay. So they'll loan the 80%. Let's say the house does not appraise out to contract price. Okay, let's say it's a $500,000 house. We needed it to appraise for an 80% loan at $400,000. Let's say it appraises at $380,000. The bank will loan 80% of the $380,000.
Mhm.
So the buyer has to come up with extra down payment. Okay.
Right. So what's their benefit of them waiving the appraisal?
Because they're putting the seller's concerns to rest. In the past, before we hit this crazy market, an underappraised home would trigger a series of events, including adjusting the contract sales price down to the appraised value.
They'd be forced to or recommended to?
Negotiated.
Okay.
The buyer and seller, the negotiations would open up again. The buyer would say, I'm only going to pay the appraised value. And the seller would say, well, I'm not lowering my price. But then the realtors get in, they try to reason with them, try to save the deal. And so there's give and take. The seller may come down a little bit, the buyer comes up, finds some extra cash, and the deal gets to close. Okay? That's what we're avoiding by the buyers saying, we're going to waive the appraisal, but they had better have extra cash in case it doesn't.
Okay, so they're gambling, the buyer, basically. They're just like, we like this house so much, we have some extra cash.
Yeah.
We're gonna go
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, they're going to go for it.
Okay.
One thing, please never recommend that they don't get an inspection. If they would like to have an inspection just for informational purposes only, and to discover any environmental, health, or safety issues, but never recommend that they eliminate an inspection, and never recommend an inspector, please. Please. Okay, so this is our subject property. You guys are going to do a search with me. So Daniel, did I answer all your questions?
Yeah, I guess so. But so no, basically, like if the property appraises for less than the listing price, then that kind of gives the buyer a little more leverage in a normal
Contract
market.
price, Daniel.
Contract price in a normal market.
It would give the buyer leverage to renegotiate the contract. Yep.
But in this market, the sellers are like, doesn't
So I was
matter.
going to say, I got 14 other offers, honey. Move aside.
Yeah.
Step
Okay.
out of the way. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is the subject property. And you know, they're adding things that market stats, huh? Let's click there. That's new to me, by the way. Oradell market stats. Oh, this is something great to put into your new listings in the past 30 days. This is stuff good to show your buyers too. Number of active listings. Okay. Wow, that's good stuff. Here's the absorption rate on sold. I don't know what that means on sold, but we're going to do, okay, 86% of the houses. Wow, I'd have to have an interpretation of that. And unfortunately, that's not a link, but that's
sorry.
good.
I'm
It's good
sorry,
information.
Did you get this from the MLS or?
I'm in the MLS, Miriam. I'm in the MLS.
Where do you click to get it? Oh,
I pre-selected this property that we're going to try to find the comparables.
okay.
So the house has been on the market how many days, guys? I want your eyes to start learning where to go on the MLS. So where's days on the market?
5.
5.
Okay, you all see that? 5. Okay. And what was the original list price?
725.
725.
And so it's still there. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the block?
Merritt Drive.
the block.
0142, 01442.
Yeah, 1402 and the lot?
00014.
Exactly. Thank you. All right. And you get directions. That's great. And if you click on the address, there you go. Okay. That's good to know when you're doing comparables, because maybe you suspect there's a brook in the back, or maybe you suspect there's a highway. So that's important. By the way, your disclosures are up here, D for disclosures. And here we've got a seller disclosure, lead paint, and the COVID waiver. And here we go. Okay. I've got the controls for the Zoom that kind of get in my way sometimes. Okay, realist. Okay. Are you familiar with realist?
No.
You mentioned it once. I don't recall what it was though.
Okay.
It's for the
98 Merit.
for the map search. Map search or
This is going to take us,
for the tax.
okay, it gives us more information. Got your zoning map. Flood map is here. So you want to look, is this in a floodplain?
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yep. Sorry, guys. Okay, and it's not. But that's a good resource for you. Assessor's map. And what's important on when you're doing your CMA, you really should look at this stuff. And this can be put in your pre-listing pack, the flood map and the assessor's map. Now, this is okay. What did I say? 1402?
Yeah.
Okay. 1402 lot 14, it's right here. Okay. Do you see any easements?
I don't know what's in here. Hillsdale? What is the Hillsdale place?
No.
No.
Okay, I don't either. So I'm going to look around because I want you all to recognize an easement. Wow. Clean.
Oh, I can't see anything.
There's got to be an easement here.
There is a couple ones because that's my town.
Okay, I'll take up here. That might be an easement. Let me do just a little bit more because I want you all to recognize an easement.
What about this one? I can't read.
Here, up here, there could be an easement.
Yeah, that one. I know it goes across Essex Street.
You know, I'm just going to try to work with what I have here, Miriam. There you go. See that it's usually a dotted line and it will say you got an easement all along here.
But what it says there?
And it looks as if both lots have the easement. So it would be block 5708. For no other reason, I'm just showing you this to show you an easement. And it looks as if it affects lot 1 and lot 3, 19 and 18, 20, and then all the way down. Okay?
It's hard to say. Is it a dash and dotted line?
It's supposed to be a dotted line.
It is, I think.
Well, it's not your
Next to-
typical, but it's worded, so you know it's an
Okay.
easement.
No, because when we were looking at the original prop map, the bottom, the whole thing had the dotted line. I wasn't sure if that was.
Oh, okay, I missed it, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, but what you also want to look at is the lot dimensions. So we're gonna get out of here and we're gonna go back. This is good information, by the way.
Oh, and I think I just realized it's the town border of New Milford. That's what.
Okay. Okay, all right. All right, so let me keep going. And I have to look to see how I can get out of here. There we go. All right. All right, so now you've kind of done that. This is the subject property. You have the advantage of knowing what the price is, but the reason I pull it is because all the information is there. You have not had the benefit of a walkthrough. So that's why I'm using something that's already listed. It has 9 rooms. You do not count entry foyers, you do not count laundry rooms, and you do not count bathrooms when you're counting rooms. Basements, if they're finished, that's kind of a judgment call. Appraisers might not count them unless it's $1 million plus and it's a really nice, but at that point it's a lower level, not a basement. 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Split level. It's a what kind of split level? Too. Not only is it a split level, it's a particular type of split level. Can anybody read that?
Sugar maple.
Thank you. It's a sugar maple sub-style. Now, anytime you want to know what the different styles are, go into add, modify a listing and just kind of wiggle your way through practicing adding a listing. And when it comes to style, there's a little question mark next to it. Click it and all the styles are there for you. Okay, so let's look at the floor plans. Family room, bedroom, half bath, and garage are on the first floor. Second floor, now you can picture a split level. You walk in, a sugar maple split, there's usually a den or a bedroom to your right or left. The one I'm thinking of was to the right. You go straight ahead, and in the back of the house is the family room, powder room / laundry, and that's that level. You go up about 5 or 6 steps and it brings you to what this realtor has called the second floor. And that's the formal living room, dining room, and modern eat-in kitchen. Then from the living room, usually, you go up 5 or 6 more steps. You've got a master bedroom with a master bath, a bedroom, and a full bath. So that's your floor plan. Basement, which is usually off the foyer, down about 6 steps. You're getting a trend here. All right. And it's full unfinished. Any easements? None, but you just check that. Any municipal assessments? No. Items included and items excluded. Potential short sale? No. And then come a whole bunch of other things about the house. It's not waterfront. Heating is what kind of fuel?
Gas, hot air.
Gas, hot air. Lot description regular. It's not on a cul-de-sac. It's not a corner property. Exterior finish is aluminum, brick, and vinyl. Year built.
1950s.
And renovated. Floodplain, no. We saw that too. Association dues, no. Miscellaneous hardwood floors as they are in, a sprinkler system, storms and screens, deck and patio. Garage is 2-car attached, and there's a garage opener, and 2 non-garage. Well, that'll be interesting to see. I don't know what that means. Cooling is central air. Basement, again, full unfinished. This is a very, and south views. For some groups of people, they like to know which way the sun is going to come up. They don't want it coming up in their bedroom or whatever. So, okay.
Does south view mean, I'm sorry, does south view mean front of the house?
Yes. Yes. Beautiful, pristine, updated home on large property in great location of Oradell. Now, first sentence, does it grab you if you were a potential buyer? Yes.
Yeah.
Welcoming foyer, brick accent wall, large and bright family room, access to the backyard and garage, spacious bedroom, powder room, laundry completes this first level. Second level offers expansive living room, vaulted ceilings, open to large dining room. Gourmet eat-in kitchen is complete with granite countertops, glass tile backsplash. Boy, can't wait to see this house, right?
Yep.
Okay, third level, master bedroom, full bath featuring a double vanity and shower, 2 additional bedrooms, yada, yada, yada. We want to see this, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to come up here and we're going to go through the photos. I clicked on the photo to get a big photo. Nicely landscaped, clean, no garbage cans, no car out front. Notice the pictures were taken with a nice blue sky. Okay, enough with the outside. I want to get in. Okay. That's your front door, entry foyer. That's the brick accent. You can see there are, what, 5 steps going up to the, you can see the formal living room and the vaulted ceiling. Nice kitchen.
Beautiful.
Okay. This is your subject property, so keep this in mind. Okay, formal living room, hardwood floors. Dining room, you can see it off to the left there. Okay, dining room. Boy, they did a nice job on this. Whoa. And then you come up the steps. There's a railing here. Look at, they made a little sitting area. This is nicely done. Master bedroom. Okay. The only thing is the pictures are not labeled, which would have been nice. And that can be done. Here's the back patio. This is a nice picture because it shows you how not close the neighbors are, or at least the picture gives us that impression. And it's a good size lot. Okay, hot tub. I didn't see that mentioned. Was that included or not included?
Did not see it.
Okay. Oh, nice picture. Okay. So they had a drone shot. Okay, think you got the idea, right? So I hope you've taken your notes. Now we're going to find comparables. You're going to take your seller hat off and you're going to start thinking like a buyer.
Patty, I have one question. You said you don't count bathrooms, closets, foyers, entryways,
And laundry.
and laundry. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so we're going to come up here and do a property search. Now, obviously, we're not taking 2 hours tonight. I like you all, but I'm not spending the next 2 hours with you. Okay, so area in town was Oradell, correct? Can I go out of the town and do comparables in another town?
I guess only if you don't have anything else even close in the town.
You know what? You really don't want to do it, Glenn.
I mean, my
because
answer
it's-
was no, but
yeah, but you were being nice. Yeah. Only on extremely rare occasions, and you really better know your market to do that. I would say no, because it screws up all your taxes. No, I forgot to notice what the taxes were on that. And what was the price on
16
that?
something.
What was
16
the
some-
price?
Taxes were 16 something.
Okay,
725, I think.
It's 725, I believe was the price.
725. Okay. Now you're kind of new, so you're not sure what to price it. But let's look at status before we even get there. You want to know actives, under contract, and solds. But see this detailed status down here? We're going to click that because I'm going to go back only 6 months. Okay? On the solds. Obviously, the listing, the actives, and the under contract are snapshots. It's what's going on right now. But solds, you're looking backwards. So how far back do you go? 6 months. How many bedrooms did it have?
5, wasn't it?
4. It was 4. But I'm going to put 3 down. Why am I putting 3?
Get a bigger pool of properties to compare to?
Thank you, David. That's certainly one of the reasons. Another reason is there may be a house out there that has a den that they can't call a bedroom, but that indeed a future owner could use as a bedroom. So we'll see how our search goes. I may go back in and change that to a minimum of 4. Okay, and price. Now, if you think it's around 700, let's just say your gut, because you know your market. So I'm going to say do maybe 650. to 775. And we got it down to 24. Okay, so let's go. And we do a search. And what I like to do is check all. This is where you get your cup of coffee, get yourself comfortable, you check them all, and you want full report. Sorry. Now, you know what we just did on the subject property? All the due diligence. Now, you're not going to check documents on all of these, but if you know your market, you might be checking floodplain. It does say floodplain no, so we're going to take it at face value, but there may be one that you later on question. So you're going to take the time to look through each one of these. Let's start with this one at 650. Different curb appeal, but nice. And so what is that, a gravel driveway with some,
Yeah, it looks like partial brick. Is it income?
yeah,
Not finished?
cobblestones? Yeah, yeah. This is what you want to observe.
They ran out of money, or did they do that intentionally? We don't know.
Who knows? Yeah. Okay. Hardwood floors. I'm not sure. Could be a pergo. It's got a kind of sheen to it that's a little different than a hardwood floor, but a very pleasant room. Notice I did not limit it to just split levels. If I had had a really large number, I would have. But this is a ranch. Will a buyer who's thinking of a ranch look at a split level? Possibly not, because they want one level. Okay. So, kitchen, what do you think about the kitchen?
Dated.
Very dated. Very dated. Well, that's interesting where the stove is, isn't it? Look at that. Kind of tucked in, like maybe the refrigerator was there.
What is that, Patty? Is that a closet behind
Looks
the
like that's
stove?
where the refrigerator was, or a closet. Yeah. Okay, hardwood floors. Nice bathroom, updated. Okay, master with a, looks like it's got a bath. Dated. And looks like the lower level is huge. That's an advantage with the ranch. Nice deck. Looks like it's very private back there. Looks like there might be a drop off here. See that?
Yep.
That's a nice feature. Okay, so do we count it or do we not? Are there, would a buyer who was looking at the subject property look at this?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. So I'm going to uncheck it. See up here, keep this listing. I'm going to uncheck it.
Yeah, when you look at that for subject property kitchen and you look at this one.
Yeah. And part of your big clue is your taxes. Now, there's $3,000 difference in taxes. Don't rely on taxes 100%, but they certainly are very telling. And you read the remarks. Okay. Now, notice I did not limit the houses by year built, but maybe I'll do it now. Would someone who's looking at a split level look at an antique colonial?
Nope.
What are the answers?
No.
No.
Okay, then I'm going to take this out.
Oh.
Here's the subject property. Yeah, the taxes are 16. Okay. All right. So,
Oh, let's see. Let's look for that hot tub. Was it included?
well, right there. Items included, all appliances as shown. Doesn't mention it. That would be a question that when you call the listing agent and say, I have an offer, but give me some information. By the way, is the hot tub included? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So here,
Quick question, Patty.
Yeah.
Can you really like put stuff like if say a buyer wants a ranch, oh, can you really trust that they know exactly what they're looking for?
Not 100%.
Because
And there may be a trade-off enough that they say,
That's-
you know what, I wasn't looking for a ranch, but man, this backyard just wins me over.
That's what I was. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there'll always be
Mhm.
where some people will say, the market that I came from was like the Franklin Lakes, Wyckoff areas where I did most of my working. And if somebody wanted Franklin Lakes, a good switch town that they might not mention would be Upper Saddle.
Gotcha.
So there are towns that, gee, I want Allendale. I want Allendale. Well, why? Oh, great school system. It's got a center of town. Okay, name a couple other towns that fit that description.
Ridgewood.
Ridgewood, Glen Rock.
Yeah.
What about over in the valley? Westwood. Great
Yeah.
commuter, right?
Yeah.
So find out. Yeah. So here's one, $799, 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. Taxes are 16. Picture perfect center hall colonial. Shall we look at the pictures?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks super cute from the outside.
Yeah, it does. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, let's look at this one. Are you getting the idea of what you have to do to price something?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's charming, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh, a little much here, don't you think?
Yeah.
Get the pillows off, maybe get that chair, get
Yeah.
the cocktail table out of there, maybe the TV, get some of those candles. Yeah, there's way too much
Yeah.
here. Way too much to look at. But it's a nice room, hardwood floors. Look at the edging on the hardwood floors.
Mhm.
Do I think I see wallpaper? Or is that wood above the
I think
fireplace?
it's wood.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks like wood. I
Wood
don't like
painted
wood.
over?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, nice kitchen.
Kitchen is good.
Yep.
I actually did this open house last weekend.
Oh, how funny.
Did you?
Is this Kelly's?
Yeah, yeah. That colonial's Kelly's too, that we took off the list.
Does this house actually look like the photos, or is it much smaller? Or
No, it's deceivingly vast when you walk in. Like the outside actually doesn't necessarily do it justice. It just expands. There's a lot of rooms. It's actually a really cool house.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. See now, prime example on you got to get into the houses. You can call a listing agent and say, I think I may have someone, but I need to get in it. Can I come preview it? And you can put that in showing time too.
It is very busy though. Yeah, all those rugs and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot
it
of
is
colors
busy.
too. Like, see, there's even colors on the chair guards on the wall there. They even did different colors there.
Yeah. Okay, updated, sort of.
So yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah, this is a great room. Yeah.
is that the master?
Yes. 2 walk-in closets, nice master bathroom too. Yeah.
Okay. A lot of curtains. A lot of curtains.
Balances.
It's
Okay.
charming though. It's a good house.
Now, were these new windows? Newer?
Nothing was really new on it. That master bedroom, that's the whole new wing. So that room that you just asked about the windows, I would say no, because that's the older side of the house.
Okay. Oh, they might have replaced the windows, yeah. By the way, new is a dirty word in real estate unless it's new in the last 6 months. Because what's new to you,
Mhm.
Daniel, might not be new to Glenn.
True.
Okay.
Patty, can you
so
go back 2 pictures?
for a price.
Thank you. No, back the other way.
After a while, it has a life of its own. Okay.
Daniel, this photo, is this part of the other side of the master bedroom, or what is this?
Separate bedroom on the other side of the house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like you go upstairs and there's 4 bedrooms.
I'm noticing people are not labeling the rooms. Is this the basement?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Seems like the same photographer too. Same style.
Okay. Ah.
Half bathroom, no door.
See, wow.
I like this. Wow. Okay.
They don't really have a yard, but they made the side of the house their yard. So they did a decent job.
Okay, the aerial view. All right.
Who's doing aerial shots these days, Patty? Is it drone photography? Do you know?
Dana, do you know what Kelly used? Because he knows Kelly.
I don't, but I used to be, I'm a photographer. That's what I did before this photography. Yes, that's definitely drone work. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can hire somebody to do it. Like
Great.
front door.
Who pays the photographer? I pay the photographer.
Yes, yes. So do we include this house or not?
If you
This is a
remove
tough one, isn't it? Because
it
it
is
is
nice. I
charming.
like the outdoors. Include it. Get rid of half of the rugs and the curtains.
I would include it.
I don't know. I would.
Okay.
But that's not approximately the same.
Now we
Let's
only
see
have
how it
4.
goes.
If we don't include any of them, what are we working with?
Well,
Is
that
my next
next one looks
question.
closer already too.
I'm sorry?
The next property looks already just more in style with what we were looking at for some reason.
This
Oh
one?
yeah.
Mhm.
It's a ranch, but it is under contract. Okay, so we're already into the under contracts.
So I guess keep it up.
Okay, 3 bedrooms. Now it's 3 bedrooms. So now we're gonna look to see if there's a den or something. Oh, it has an in-ground pool with newer paver surround. Ooh. So you say, do we need the extra bedroom or do we want to have a pool? Now, but
Yeah.
what's the price on this?
That
I'll
one
see.
kid will go to college soon, so it'll be fine.
I'll sleep in the pool.
Yeah, let's see how big the basement is.
So Patty, so this one has the dimensions are 100 by 100. So that's a bigger lot than a normal lot, right? 50 by 100.
I don't know whether there is a normal lot.
I mean,
100 by
average.
100 is okay, but there are plenty that are bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
deeper.
that matters, right? That matters, no?
Sure it does.
No.
That's a good point.
Mhm.
This is taxes are 14 and a half. This is a ranch as opposed to a split.
Ooh,
Nice. Small backyard though.
cute though.
Hardwood floors, nice windows.
Mhm.
Patty,
Yes.
so like me, for instance, if I was a buyer, I would be open to seeing different types of homes just because maybe I hadn't thought of it.
Uh-huh.
So, like, what's like the ballpark number you would give someone to look at as far as houses go?
What do you mean ballpark number of what?
Like number of homes available, say, 25, 15.
Oh my God.
No,
If
that's a
you,
lot.
if
That's
you're
a
my
lot.
buyer and you're not sure what style you want, I need to do the needs analysis.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
I need to know a little bit more about your lifestyle and who's going to be living with you. Anybody have any disabilities? Are there any age factors, surgical factors? If you do a good needs analysis, it will help you narrow it down. But let's say you don't know whether you want a ranch, a split, or a colonial. And I'll say, okay, let's go out and look at one of each
Yeah.
and see what style feels good to you. We'll try to make the character as similar between the 3 homes so that you can just kind of look at style and see what kind of living you want.
Right.
That sound fair?
Yeah, thank you.
Time is important to you guys.
Yeah, exactly. They could have you running around all day. all week.
Kitchen? Yeah, oh yeah. Kitchen?
All right.
I don't get it.
Little dated, but very workable.
Mm-hmm.
See, now this one does have the rooms labeled. This is the renovated master bath. Nice. That's very nice. Spacious bedroom 2. bedroom 3, renovated family bath. Oh, that's a nice way to call it. And here is the gorgeous walkout basement
To the pool
to the
Yeah.
pool with a bath,
with
laundry.
the door, a bath with the door.
Yeah, look at this dining room here. Yeah. Okay, so this has some nice features. In the interest of time, since we're running out.
Camera. Does it look like the camera's like magnified a little bit? So the rooms look, I don't know if they.
Sure, sure.
Movie magic.
Okay, here we go.
Trick of
Multiple
the trade.
offers, final and best by noon at 3:03. So it's under contract. Under contract means an offer is accepted. It's executed means everybody who's a party has a copy of it. And it's in the attorneys, that's attorney review. And then it goes into, after it's attorney review, then it's under contract. Okay. Once you're finished selecting, now with under contract, you do want to look at days on the market. If it went under contract quickly, it's probably going to be near or above ask price. Here's one, 13 days, 749. Boy, oh boy, I'd want to know what's in that. Look at that, 750. The lot is 70 by 150, irregular. That looks very small, but it was under contract in 13 days. So take the time to go through.
I'm curious, show us that house. Is that dirt or snow in the front? I think there are only 5 pictures.
Yep. Snow, it looks like to me.
Looks like a flip or something.
Yeah, but that's still a lot of money. The
It's
original price.
2021.
Huh?
It's 2021.
Yes, exactly. And it went under contract March 12th. On solds, now this isn't under contract, and any of the under contracts, when was there the meeting of the minds? So you look at your under contract date. Now I just want to go into a couple solds. Here's a split, 650, Ronald Court, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, on the market 15 days. Meeting of the minds was last September. Okay, but it closed in November. That's why it came up. Okay. All right, so you make your selections. There are a couple ways that you can physically do a CMA. You all with me? Is it okay if we move on? I think you got the gist of it.
Yep.
That it takes time. You can go up to CMA reports and you can do a CMA with a property search. In other words, do the search that we just did, but you're doing it in the CMA report. Or you can do with MLS numbers, where you write down the MLS numbers of what we just did, the ones that you kept, and then you click search and just proceed. And it will actually put together a nice presentation for you. It does a nice job. Now quickly, because I said I would get back to do stats. Are you with me okay? Is this clear? You go up to CMA reports and you have choices either to do the property search within that or to do the MLS numbers, which we did. You know, we did the property search first. Come up to stats, go down to stats. Time frame, let's say we go back 6 months. We're going to do residential, MLS stats. We're going to do county 2 because that's Bergen, and the area is Oradell. And we're looking at solds. And then we click execute. And this is your statistical report, which you should put into your pre-listing pack and your listing consult. A total of 57 homes have sold in Oradell in 6 months.
Wow.
The average list price you see here, and by the way, The sold is the first category, and then co-broke means how many of them involved more than one company? And then here, what if they were within the same company? Okay. Sometimes that makes a difference. So, but let's just talk about the total average. The average list price is $662. Our subject property is $725, right? So it's over average, but let's look at the median sale price, same thing, actually lower. What is the median price?
Right in the middle.
Exactly, it's right in the middle. Of 57 homes that sold, it's number 28. Okay, what did house number 28 sell for? That's what the median is. The list price sale price ratio to the original list price and sale price to the last after a price reduction. I'm surprised these numbers aren't higher, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, they surprise me too. Now, absorption, we're going to do one more thing because this is all the stuff you should have. Working
What's
with buyers
absorption
or
again?
sellers, you're going to go in and you're going to do a property search. I'm going to show you how to do the absorption calculating. We want active and we want area town is Oradell. Okay. Okay, so our count is 10. 10 houses currently on the market in Oradell. Now let's go back in and just change the status. And we're going to edit the highlighted and make it not active. So we're going to do solds. And we're going to do detailed in the last 6 months. So how many homes have sold in the last 6 months? 57 in 6 months. So how many is that a month?
Almost 10.
Yeah, almost 10.
Almost 10, right? So 10 homes sell a month in Oradell, between 9 and 10 on average, right? So how many months supply do we have in Oradell? 10 homes sell a month.
One month.
And we have 10 homes on the market.
1 month.
We have a 1 month supply of homes. Guys, that is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Average is 5 months. A balanced market is 5 months.
Wow.
Does that give you any idea on what a tight seller's market we have? All you have to do, let me go through this again, find out how many homes are on the market right now, snapshot. Then go in, change the status to sold. And you can do it 6 months, you can go back a year, whatever. I think 6 months right now gives us a better snap. How many homes have sold in 6 months? How many sell per month? Do the math and then go, oh my God. That's great information for your buyers to say, hey, listen, guys, there's not a lot out there right now. Not that they don't know that. They hear it. It's all over the news. But you've got the facts. It makes it different. You're giving them facts. Buyers and sellers. Questions? I dazzled you that much?
How long does it take to actually become proficient with this?
You know what? As soon as you think you got it, the market will shift.
Yeah, no.
So,
Hey, Patty, I do have a question for you. So if you use the auto sheet and make adjustments on all the comparables, how would you use that comparable sheet? You know what I mean? Or those adjustments after you made compared to the pricing that you're going to give them? Would you show them?
well, yeah, because we looked at some that were 3 bedrooms.
Yeah.
So the auto report would help you calculate down how much less valuable that could be, or how to calculate up a 4-bedroom.
Would you show them that information, or is that too much for them to absorb? Okay.
Depends on the client. If you're dealing with an accountant, an architect, somebody who deals with details, by all means. If you're showing it to someone who's a D, Like myself, it's just like, get to the point, tell me what you want, and then we'll backtrack over rationale. Yeah. Depend on your client.
And then-
Patty, how do you handle short sales with CMAs?
Technically, a short sale should not be in there because it's just not fair market value. So you're trying to determine fair market value. It really kind of isn't.
Yeah,
And
but
by the time it closes, it could be a totally different market.
so if the property's under a short sale, you really can't do a CMA? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're saying that's the subject property?
Yes.
Oh, okay. If it's a short sale, sure you can. Sure you can, but you're going to be very, very careful on your pricing. And if it's a short sale, there's a whole lot of stuff you need to check, including, does the seller have the money to make up the shortfall? Or are you going to be working with the loss mitigation department of the bank, of the lender, to forgive part of the mortgage? Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully we're not going to go down that route, even now, as we're having some of the concern that your buyers are having is, oh my God, am I going to overpay and then at a future date be a short sale? Like I've heard these nightmare stories. What there's the experts, the talking heads are saying, probably not, because today's buyer has more cash, more equity. I'm a little concerned with a lot of the 5% downs that we have right now, because if our market shifts, we could have people underwater. But remember, it doesn't matter what you paid until and unless you decide to sell. So if you're buying your forever home, or you're buying your home till your kids are out of high school and they're just entering grammar school, it'll be a whole different market, and you just can't predict that far ahead. It only matters the ratio of selling time to the buying time environment. And every market that I've seen recede, when it's come back stronger. Not only does it gain back what it lost, it grows. So, Glenn, to your point, do you get proficient at this? I hope nobody gets cavalier.
Okay.
And that you just take this time, that you feel very comfortable, because as the market changes, and it will,
Yeah.
people will challenge you. And if you haven't really studied the comparables and really put on your buyer's hat, you'll cave and price it poorly. And that's one of the worst things you can do.
Yeah. Well, that's the
Today,
thing.
it's a little hard to do that, but I'm sorry.
Between being so new and the market being such like a white horse, you know what I mean? Like so different. It's just, it's a bigger hurdle then.
It is, but don't make it bigger than it is. I would say in this kind of a market, look very closely at the current competition. In other words, give a little bit more weight. Let me just finish and I'll get to you, I promise. Give a little bit more weight to actives, because today's buyer is going to judge the price of the subject property based on what they just saw 5 minutes ago. Okay, Dave, you had a question?
So say your comparables were 5 of the 10 were all $100,000 over the list price, right? So would you use the original list price or the actual sell price?
It's a great question. I would strategize with the seller. I would probably not recommend a list price that's 100,000 below what's going on in the market. But I would do my CMA based on the sold prices, come up with a range, and maybe encourage my seller to be conservative on the price they choose. In other words, choose towards the bottom of the range to create that frenzy of buyers coming in and bidding against each other rather than the seller. And again, go do drive-bys, go to Sunday open houses. There's no substitute for the judgment that you feel that you get. Okay. Now, who wants, okay, Miriam, you want it, and Chris, who else wants the handouts for today?
Me, please.
Me, please.
Okay, Lisa,
Glenn.
I need names rather than me, please.
Yeah, sorry, Glenn.
I want one, but do you have my email?
Okay, Glenn Fernandez.
Dave
Daniel.
Kaplowitz,
Okay, Dave, I'm not
Howard.
sure I have your email
it's on the top.
there. Is that you?
Holloman, Hollol.
Wait a minute, why didn't that come up, Dave? Sorry.
Patty, this was so great. Thank you so much.
Yes, it was good.
I'm
If I'm
having
not in
trouble
there, I'll
here.
just email you.
Pat, so what do we do with the house that is a half an acre? And I'm looking for a comparable and I don't have any other houses that are half an acre.
You do exactly what we did tonight. The half acre is just one of the features you're looking at. Don't get hung up on one difference.
But the one difference is means a lot because I think it's maybe
Miriam, it doesn't. Please take my word for it. Ish Kennedy, Ish, do I have your email? Are you on the,
emailed
are you here?
Thank you. Yes, I just emailed you. Thank you.
I know you did, but can you give it to me?
Oh, ish_Kennedy at kw.com. Sorry about that.
_Kennedy
Correct.
at KW?
Great class, by the way.
Did it help you?
It
was
did.
great.
Picked up a lot of good hints. Thank you.
Who else do I need to send this to?
Natasha.
How about me?
Tasha? Ish, did I get you?
It looks like you have it. Yep, that's it.
Okay, and
Holloman, Holl.
Natasha
Yes.
and
Thank you.
who?
Janice?
Me too. Hollomon.
Kim?
Yes, but neither of those are me.
Okay, so give it to me then.
Ho, Realtor?
Start again. Does it start with Kim?
No, Realtor. Holloman, K Holloman.
Spell Holloman.
Hollomon at Gmail.
OMAN.
O
Kim?
Oh, and I think Patty.
ON at Gmail. Yes.
Did I get it right, Kim?
I can't see it all. Okay. Yes, you did. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
and who else?
Patty,
Me too. Sokol. SOKOL.
SOKO.
Yes.
There you go. They
I
got
got it,
you.
yes.
See, if I've sent you stuff before, you come up.
Jim?
Yeah.
Is there anybody else?
Daniel Descala, if you can. Please.
Oh, Daniel.
Thank you.
It's going to your Gmail. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay.
I have a special folder for you.
Ah, I love it. All right. I will get this off to you guys.
Thank you.
Patty.
Yeah,
Thank you
my
so
pleasure.
much.
We went longer than I usually like to, but I think your questions were good. And just remember, and Miriam, don't get hung up on one feature of the house. You're going to look at the whole thing, number of bedrooms, number of baths, condition. And lot size, though important, is only one factor. The size of the, not only the size, the shape of the lot, are there any easements? So there's so many factors to look at. And before we hang up, would everybody let me know that they got it?
Not yet. Oh, got it. Thank you.
Got it.
Okay, thanks, Ish.
Got it.
Not yet, but I'm sure
Okay,
it's
Dave,
coming.
thank you. You guys had great questions, good scenarios. Glenn, is this going to help you pricing that property you spoke to me about this
Yes,
afternoon?
thank you.
Don't forget, it's your seller who's going to choose the price. And you're going to, whoops,
Got it. Thank you.
Got it.
I didn't get Rodney, though. Rodney just emailed me.
That's okay. My fault.
Huh?
It's my fault.
Yes, no problems. I'll get it to you right after I get off. Does everybody, please, I want to make sure you all get your because I think he did enjoy it.
I do have a quick question, and you'll let you, real quick. If you get a house like out of the area, so you get like a Patterson house or something like that, I know that's under Garden State MLS. Is it really formatted kind of the same?
When you say formatted, what do you mean by that?
I mean, like you're showing us how to go in NJ MLS to do it, but if I did it like a house in Passaic, would that, you wouldn't do
The
it?
process is the same. The MLS is slightly different.
Okay.
In Garden State MLS, and always you have to, you know, some people have said, well, can I do a CMA for Hawthorne in the NJ MLS? Because so many of the Hawthorne listings are in NJ. No, you have to go into your primary. I just sent it to you, Rodney. Now, Garden State, their system is a little different, but it's the same thing. You're looking for actives, under contracts, and sold. You're looking at the pictures. You're looking at do the statistics, because you need to know absorption. You know, absorption, your stats. I'm not real good at Garden State anymore. I used to be, but I haven't had the need to use it in like 7 or 8 years, so I haven't. But did I just? Okay, Jim, you want? Is there anybody else who wants it while I'm?
Yes, I'm just sending you an email.
Okay.
Patty, I have a quick question. With
Please go ahead.
With square footage using the auto, it kind of throws me off because like I'm working on one and it puts it really high, but the house needs a lot of work. Hasn't been updated in a long time.
Judgment, my friend. Okay. Judgment. Yep. Yep.
I like that.
You know, I like Jeff Otto, but I'm not going to do handsprings.
I found that out.
Yeah, I think he's very good. He's very analytical. I tend to be one who houses have, you really feel a house when you go in. I'm sorry if I'm not looking at you because I'm sending. Houses have, you know, do you ever go in a house and you feel it? I've had people come in my house and say, oh, your house feels so happy. They have a good feeling in my house. Huh? The energy. Yeah, I hate to say it. I don't want to be woo-woo. But it's true. And then you go into other houses. I've been in a house that was over $1 million. I couldn't get out of it quick enough.
I know.
That's rare. That's happened only twice in my 30 some years of real estate. But houses have a feel. You go in, you feel that it's a home. It's just, you got to get in there. It's not just bricks and sticks. It's the layout. What's the flow? And Jeff Otto doesn't speak to those things. All right, he doesn't speak to the flow. Where's everybody going to have their Thanksgiving dinner? You know? So,
Patty, when you said let the seller pick their price, a lot of times they're asking, what do you think it's worth? But what could you just expand on that just a little bit about let them pick?
Sure. See, you're letting them pick the price after you've given them all the evidence. Okay. And if you think you have a seller, because remember those questions that you asked on the phone? What are the prices you think you're going to get? What's the lowest you'd accept? Blah, blah, blah. If you have to, you take the printouts of the listings that you have a copy of while you're sitting with them and say, okay, if you're a buyer, and by the way, if you go to Bold Guys, they've got great scripts on helping you get the seller to see the light. And one of the scripts that they use, I'm a little rough on it right now, but if you go into a store looking for a computer and you buy a computer and it costs $2,000 and then, or you don't buy it, you price it. Then you go down to another computer store and you walk in, the same computer, only they've got all sorts of bells and whistles. It comes already built with Office and all sorts of other software products. They're going to even throw in a mouse for you for the same price. Which computer are you going to buy?
The one with more accessories.
Exactly. So you ask the homeowner, and you literally have to tell the homeowner, if you were a buyer, which house would you buy? What would you buy? Let them look if you have to. If you think you're going to be dealing with someone who's going to give you pushback on your price, make sure you have studied the comparables very, very clearly, maybe done drive-bys. And if you could have gotten into them, because then you can really speak to them like, hey, I got to tell you, that kitchen is to die for. I've been in that kitchen. It flows beautifully. It is a cook's dream. It's a little hard for you guys right now. I understand that, but you can go preview when it's relevant. But put those listings right in front. If you have to, use a magic marker to highlight the things you want them to notice. Okay? Sometimes. And then if you cannot work with the seller who's motivated, if you find yourself really wanting a listing because they have to move, then just work with the seller and tell them, listen, we're going to try your price, but we're going to try it with the time frame, the time limit. I'm not going to let you be at what I think is the wrong price for more than a month. In fact, I'm not going to let that happen for more than 2 weeks. Okay. Who's in control?
We are.
You are. You are. However, it's the seller's name on the deed, so you do let them you guide them to pick the right price. All right, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you again, Patty.
Did everybody get their copies?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Patty.
Please make sure, my pleasure. Make sure you have your copies. I'll wait till everybody gives me a yes. And then you can log on.
Yes.
Or everybody that got it, sign off so she knows.
Thank you. Good night.
Patty.
Good night.
Thank you.